Can you speak to Brit kindly and not with an attitude? I didn't write it, I promise.
The answer is yes. I can speak to everyone kindly without an attitude. I think I have.
Yeah, but we're talking about me, sweetheart.
Okay.
What do you mean, why? I have the floor, baby.
Okay, you want a moment. Have your moment.
This is not a moment.
Yeah, it's a big moment.
How?
For you.
You're having a moment. Do you need to step out?
I am a moment. I can speak to everyone.
This wasn't about everyone. You want me to read it again?
Everyone kindly.
Would you like for me to read it again?
I'm not going to play these childish games. Presents can I come for it, queen?
That was what? You said present?
We have olive oil here.
Please stop.
You
Let's wrap it up, lady.
Yeah.
I didn't sing for her.
Thank you for using my catchphrase.
Hey, girl, get the out of here.
Thank you so much.
Some people be trying the wrong ones. They be looking for their moment.
Ladies.
I have this. Like, get the out of here, bitch.
Brit, what is going on, sis? Are you well? I mean, what is going on? Like, it is given. I came with an agenda. Let me find out, Kenya might get some vindication. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Anyway, we're here to discuss The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16. We're up to episode 4. This episode opens up with Angela. She's doing some stretching in the park. And Brit pulls up to meet her with her dog, Mimosa. So they greet each other. Angela's like, oh, Mimosa gonna work out with us? Brit's like, she gonna do a little something. So anyway, they gotta go talk. But mind you, ain't nobody never do no working out. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought y'all met up to work out. Ain't nobody work out. Y'all was dressed in workout clothes. I guess they edited and skipped that part. But girl, where was the workout? It's given what Portia was given in the opening scene, standing in the middle of the city, stretching with some Beats headphones on and her She by Sheree. But anyway, so now they walking, they talking, and Angela tells Brit how she's having conflict with her sister right now and how the mother gets in the middle of it. And she's also shares that I guess she's supporting her family now. And Charles is, giving most of that, some of that too. So she says that her mother is a very opinionated person and she decided to share her opinions with Charles. And they got into an argument, I guess, about cleaning up or whatever. So it's taking a toll on Angela. Now, Brittany says, yeah, because, it can be a fallout. So Angela's like, what you mean by that? What you mean fallout? So Brit tells Angela about her conflict she's having with her sisters, and she also shares how her and her sister are cool, but her and Mike were cool, but I guess because Mike be looking out for the sister, like when the sister might need some help, and Mike might help her financially, I guess the sister feels like Mike feels like he's her father or whatever, acts like he's her father. So that caused a rift between Brit and her sis. So now Angela is telling Brit how she's planning a dinner at the bank. She want to bring the ladies together and she hopes to patch things up with Shamir because she feels like they got off on the wrong foot and she's hoping to, go down a different path. So now Brittany brings up Kenya and how Kenya, threw the shady comment and she feel like Kenya is one of those nice, nasty girls, mean girls, and she's trying to, navigate with her, but she know how to deal with girls like Kenya, pretty much. So that's that scene. Then we go over to Sterling Hall where Shamia is sitting out by the pool, just humming and singing a tune. So her sister Tawanya, I don't know what it is because it's spelled so weird, but she pulls up and they get to talking. So Shamia shares with Tawana that she recently was in the studio a few days ago and she did a song with RL. RL from the group Next. I mean, some of my youngins might not know, but for y'all who know, y'all know Next. Baby, when we're grinding, I get so excited. Wifey, butter love, all that. Anyway, so she did a song with him and she lets her sister hear the song. So she plays the song for her sister. The song sounds cute. The sister likes the song. So she lets us know that she was singing since she was young. It started out when she was singing in the church choir, and she's been singing ever since. She also lets us know that she was in a couple of R&B groups. Sebastian, get down from there. Sorry, my dog is trying to get on top of my coffee table. Anyway, she was singing with a group called Pretty Tony, and with Carrie Hilson. We all know who Carrie Hilson is. Pretty girl rock. And also, she was part of a group named Co-Ed. I guess she was the only girl, and it was with 2 guys or 3 guys. I'm not sure. So then she also tells her sister that Angela invited her to the black party at the bank. And she's kind of like, you know, feeling a little, what's the word I want to use? Not uneasy, but, you know, she basically feels like her and Angela haven't cleared the air. So she feels a little uneasy about going. And she feels like she wants to apologize because she feels like she's all about black girl magic and empowerment. And how could I, you know, promote this black girl magic and empowerment when I'm putting another black girl down about her physical appearance? So she wants to apologize. So she says she wants to extend the olive branch. So she goes on Instacart to order a bottle of olive oil. And meanwhile, what they're doing is they're doing some construction at the property next door that's making a lot of noise. And she's like, oh my gosh, I think they almost finished. And this is why I want to buy that house. So the next scene, we're at the offices we see Portia pulling up to go to the offices of Pampered by Portia. All right, so she arrives. Her assistant is there along with her cousin Johnny and her late cousin Londi. Londi is the girl that was in her show, Shamia's Family Values, and she passed away. So rest in peace, Londi, and loving memory of seeing her on the screen. I immediately recognized her, and it hit me like, oh wow, seeing her, because you know, we've been waiting a while for this new season of Housewives. I think it's been over a year, about a year and a half since we had the last Housewives and the Portia's Family Matters. So it's like to finally see her. I'm so sorry, guys. But the dog Sebastian, I was telling to get down earlier, was getting beat up by one of my other dogs. So, you know, from the time they did the Portia's Family Matters, it's like they recorded this and she was still alive at that time, but since she's passed, so it's just like, wow, you know, it hit me. So anyway, so Portia, she's trying to expand her business and start like a houseware. She wants to be like a brand. She wants to basically do like a Martha Stewart type thing, you know, a lifestyle. So she lets us know that she actually had plans on retiring before 40, but she got some more things she want to accomplish. She want to expand because right now she has the sheets and the Go Naked hair. She says she wants to start doing like houseware and stuff, more than sheets, things for the house. And she wants to do more with Go Naked hair. So then Johnny asked her if she's going to be getting any more brand ambassadors. And she said, yeah, she's looking into some more brand ambassadors. So he says, speaking of brand ambassadors, Miss Drew Sidora had reached out to him trying to see if he could meet up with her and Dennis because she feels like he, you know, has what it takes to help her with the music business. He has connections or whatever and expertise. So Portia's looking like, what? So yeah, so, and then he was given like, since when did Dennis become Quincy Jones? So Portia's like, you know what? You know, Drew has been doing some things outside of the contract of Go Naked, so corporate will reach out to her. So mind you, she's saying Go Naked here is big. They got corporation, human resources, all this. Mind you, as she's singing this, they're showing her basically saying Portia, like when she says we have a corporation, it says Portia. We have a human resources department, Portia. We have this, Portia. So then as she's saying all this, she's like, you know, I'm not saying I want her to get fired, but I hope she do. So now the cousin is saying how do I reach out to corporate? And she's like, you got my number, right? That was a cute little scene. So now we go over to speaking of the devil, we go over to Miss to Dora's home. And we see Ralph outside playing with the kids. And they're practicing, I guess, some type of sport. I think it was football or something he was practicing. Or running. Anyway, he was timing them. So Drew comes out, and it's funny because when they show Ralph's name on the screen, it says Drew's estranged husband. So now Ralph, so when she comes out, they have their confessional, and Ralph, she's saying she's trying to keep it mature or whatever and not be petty. And now Ralph is in his confessional, and he's saying this divorce is long, drawn out, and it's been hard on me, So mind you, he's sitting there with some type of he got on some type of cardigan or sweater or something or whatever he got on, but basically, I think it's a blazer he has on, but underneath it he has no shirt on, so it's like, what are you giving? So even the camera person asks, excuse me, why don't you have on a shirt? So he laughing. So now he did gets to talking now, him and her. Mind you, before that, when she came out and it was playing a little thing with the ball, the daughter was like, Mommy, you do it. So Drew was like, I don't know if it's your father, okay, but if I gotta ask your father. So he paused for a minute and he's like, go ahead. So when she's running, he's like, don't break her Achilles now. And then they do the flashback to when she broke her Achilles, when they was doing a little drop it with Drew event. So now they get to talking, and Ralph is pretty much letting her know that he read an article and it's been saying all this stuff about him, and he not too happy with that. He also says that these articles he's been reading, he don't like the fact that they're pretty much painting him out to be a narcissist. So Drew was like, well, you are a narcissist. And you are. You are, Ralph. You are. So now he's like, well, if that's your experience, she's like, own it. Just own it. He like, whatever. He's like, well, if that's your experience, I apologize for that. So she said, apology means a lot. So he's like, oh, narcissistic people don't apologize. To me, that was an example of your narcissism right there. But anyway, so now they showing him, they do a little promo for his little show he got. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Ralph is now doing a YouTube channel or a podcast or whatever you want to call it, where he's telling his side of the story. Basically, I guess after the episode airs, you know how Candy used to do her speak on it, where he got his own little version of things in his little show. He's calling it In the Basement. And I heard that it was originally called something else, but after the whole In the Basement thing took off, he decided to change the name and, make fun of it, make light of it. So now she tells him that she feels like, he getting what he want now. He wanted to do what he want. He wanted to be outside. And he's like, that's not it, but whatever. He's like, to me, it was all about respect. And I guess he felt like he wasn't getting no respect. So they started showing flashes of their little riffs or whatever. So I'm just like, what? Guys, let's just wrap this up. Get this divorce going on, because y'all clearly are not meant to be together. So basically, as they're talking, he lets her know that it's his curfew and that it's her weekend, I guess, to be home. Because I didn't say this in the first episode, but she explained how the custody thing is now he got to be in the basement, but she also has to leave the house every first, third, and fifth weekend. So I guess this was her weekend. So the next scene, we go over to Miss Kenya Moore Hair Care. And she's with Miss Kelly. And she's showing Kelly around, showing her the place. The place looks good, Kenya. It looks real cute. I like it. So then she notices Kelly has on 2 different shoes. And Kelly was like, yes, I was feeling very Sarah Jessica Parker today. So now they go to sit down and talk. And Kenya asks Kelly why she has a bodyguard. And they show she has a bodyguard there. So she tells her, you have your own M-A-R-K and I have my own M-A-R-K. So then Kenya's like, so he's here because of Mark or whatever. So she's like, yeah, girl. So Kenya is like, so what? It got physical between y'all? So Kelly's like, girl, yeah. So Kenya's like, oh, wow. So Kenya's like, do you have proof that he, ever was physical with you? harmed you? And she was like, girl, yeah, he threatened me in court. So Kenya just gagging like, so basically she lets us know that one time when they was in court and something didn't go his way, one of the rulings, and she said he went full, honey. She said he was like, he threatened to kill her and all that in front of the judge. I was like, yeah, this man sound like, honey, the child of Satan. For real. I'm like, girl, he sound bad. And honey, they show a picture of this man online from their wedding day. I should have had the picture to show y'all, honey. I'm going to put it up next week. But girl, it's always the ones that look like that. First of all, he has on an ill-fitting suit. It looked crazy. Crazy. But anyway, so she's telling, she lets us know that when he did that, that's when she got the order of protection. So that's why he can't be around his daughters, because she said, you know, honestly, her daughters cannot afford to not have their mom. And I agree. If he's threatening to kill you in court and doing all this, so then King is like, you know, so what's the end game? So basically, Kelly lets her know that he wants her business. He wants her business. And she said when they first was getting separating, she told him, you know, I guess she gonna keep the business and he could keep his residual income. And he told her, no, you can't have, if I can't be a part of this, you can't have this or whatever. So he's on some total sabotage. He wants to make her life a living hell. So now the subject changes. But before that, Kelly is saying in her confessional how she doesn't understand why Brit has such a problem with Kenya, because she don't see what Brit sees. She like Kenya. She don't like, she's trying to figure out what's the issue, girl. I don't see the same girl. Like, are we meeting the same girl? So now Kenya, they start to talk about Kenya, and she's asking, basically, she called Kelly for advice pretty much, you know, because Kelly know how to roll out a business. So she admits that she's nervous. And she says this is her first time saying this out loud. She invested $400,000 into this. And basically, she invested her daughter's college money into this. So she's worried, and she starts to get emotional and tear up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so sorry. I'm just always so skeptical when somebody on TV starts to cry sometimes, especially on reality TV, when they start to cry. I just be like, is he fake crying? So I was squinting at the camera. Mind you, I had to rewind it like 3 times. I'm squinting and I'm looking at the screen, and I did manage to see a couple of tears. I saw it. She caught them before they rolled down her face, but I saw it. But I was like, So now Kelly starts to give her some words of encouragement and tells her, no, girl, you got this. Don't worry about this. You know, you going to do this. Sometimes when God hands something to you, it's for you. So take your blessing. Like, so she, you know, she makes Kenya feel better. So they got to hug her. And Kenya like, let me go hug you and wrap around your big boobs. So that was a nice scene. I'm really liking Kelly. It seems like she's fitting right in with these ladies, right? So next we arrive at Pasha. And Brit arrives. So she sits down, and she's actually meeting up with her sister, Cher. She lets us know that her and Cher are 3 years apart. So when she first get there, they hey. So they clearly haven't seen each other in a minute, because she asking about her nephews. And the sister's like, yeah, this one is about 6 feet now. And she's like, but Britney said she didn't see them in over a month. So I'm like, girl, how much you think they're going a month? So, yeah, she said, and that's a long time to not see her nephews. So her sister like, girl, yeah, you got to come see your nephews. So now, Brittany orders salmon kebabs, and Cher orders the lobster linguine. So then they get to talking. Brit asks her if she spoke to her mom. And she like, I spoke to her like last week. So she like, how y'all are this week? And she like, I think she blocked. So Brit like, see, that's your thing. You be blocking people. And her sister's like, you know, when somebody says hurt me, I need to block them to find my peace. Like, if it's affecting me in a way, like, I need to block that. So Brit is like, but when you block us, when you block one of us, you know, you're cutting off communication or any way to fix it. So now they start going back and forth a little bit. The food comes, the food looks good, especially that lobster linguine, honey. So yeah, now Cher feels that since Brit got married to Mike, she feels like she's on the back burner. she complains that like Brittany feel like, oh, we could fall out. I'm gonna go over here with my husband. And Brit is telling her like, no, it's not like that. So shit is like, so why is it I can't even have a conversation with my sister without him being right there sitting there? So Brit was like, that's my husband, shit. So shit is like, yeah, but if I want to talk to you about something personal, or if I want to like open up to you or share that I'm going through depression or whatever, I want to do that between me and my sister. So Britt tells her like, well, if you feel that, I understand. If you feel that way, you can call me and let me know, hey, Britt, I just want to speak with you. I want to meet up with this youth for dinner or whatever. So they kind of like, you know, make up a little bit. But Cher definitely doesn't like the fact that she feels like she doesn't have her sister no more. It's her sister and Mike. And as they're talking, Mike is calling her to tell her to come on home. So I'm like, oh, the sister ain't lying, girl. Okay. So next up, we get the Drew, and she's pulling up to the studio where Mr. Dennis McKinley is. So she lets us know she's happy with the work she's doing, with his contributions to her project. She says that he's hooking her up with important people and top producers. And he got connections, and she feels comfortable with this partnership. So they get to sitting down and talking. They playing a track. I didn't really like the way this. It sounded like an upbeat type of track where she was kind of like rap singing. I don't know what it was giving, but anyway. So when she mentions the drama, Dennis is like acting like he don't know what's going on, like. And then they show the flashback of episode 2, the scene with him and Portia, when Portia was going off with him about filming with Drew. So now they asked the guy, the producer or the engineer that's in there with them, to give them some time so they could talk one-on-one. So when he leaves, she's letting him know, like, you know, it's hard for her when she hanging out with her homegirls or whatever, because, you know, Portia be trying to press her. And Drew was like,
you know, she's going off because I'm working with you, and you told me she was all good with it, but now she's not okay.
When we started this, she was in Nigeria eating fufu. I didn't have to be like, hey, look, this is what I got going on.
To me, I decided to put it in this video because I was laughing so hard when he said that she was busy eating fufu and she was in Nigeria eating fufu. I was like, yes, Dennis, get her. So now she's saying like she wants him to bridge the gap so that there could be, you know, everything could be copacetic. And he tells her that he tells her that she needs to take the lead on that. So basically, she says in her confessional that pretty much the door is pretty much closed. Like, that is closed. Like, she tried reaching out to Portia. Portia was giving her the runaround. So, honey, the door is closed, honey. The door is closed. That's what she gave. So next we get to a little, so actually she goes in the booth and she starts to do the track. And like I said, I didn't really like the track. I guess we're going to see how it turns out, because the little part I heard that they was trying to get her to do, I was like, what is this, honey? And Nene voice, what is this? So now we get to one of those collage scenes where they show a few other ladies, well, in this case, a couple of ladies. First, we see Shamia. She's in her glam on, so she FaceTimes Portia. And she's letting Portia know she's still trying to come up with a way to apologize to Angela. And Portia's like, girl, she invited you, so just don't even stress it. Like, so now we see Brit, she's getting ready, and she FaceTimes Kelly, and she's like, girl, what's going on? You not getting ready, guy? You coming? So Kelly like, where? In Bankhead, girl? I need to bring security. So they like, yeah, girl. So they kind of nervous because this is in the hood. So they like, I don't know. I need to come. I don't feel safe up in there, you know? So now back to Shamia. She's asking Portia if she spoke to Drew. And Portia's like, no, you know, I'm waiting for the right time. I just want to have a one-on-one talk with her. And we don't need everybody else there or whatever, you know, getting in it. Pretty much. She said, but it's, even though I already know what it is, you know? So now we finally get to the bank party for Angela. She arrives at her bank dinner. They open up the board for her. It looks really cute and glamorous. The decor is gorgeous. So the theme is black excellence because she wants all the girls to wear black because she thinks it's sexy. So Brit is the first one to arrive. Drew is the second to arrive. Portia is third to arrive. And Angela is saying how, because Portia was saying how, you know, she ain't never been to the bank. She heard it was in Bankhead, but, you know, she kind of nervous. So Angela's giving, like, she don't care where it's at. People be acting like they're scared to come to Bankhead, but she don't care. Pretty much. Kenya arrives next, and Kenya has on a green dress. So the girls is giving, like, girl, did you not get the memo? She said she didn't get the memo. And Brittany, so she greets everybody. And Brittany feels is like, oh, that's a pat, not a hug. So I guess she wasn't satisfied that she gave her a pat and not a hug. So now Shamia arrives last. And she arrives with the olive oil with a branch inside of it. An olive branch. And the first thing she does is immediately apologizes to Angela. She says, I'm so sorry for talking about your physical appearance. That's not me, and I apologize. Angela accepts her apology. And the ladies sit down to go and eat. We see they have some salmon rolls and some egg rolls set up for the girls to eat. So Brittany, she's questioning why, I'm sorry, not Brittany, Kelly decides to ask Drew. So she's like, Drew, so you know, you came with extra people to my event. And she's like, you know, I know you told me you was bringing your sister, but not your makeup artist. And now I'm confused because she came with her makeup artist. But I remember in last week's episode, Portia was telling Kinga how her and Drew share the same makeup artist. And he was doing Drew first. And when she found out that he was coming to see Portia next, she started slowing down and stalling and, you know, finding ways to make him late to Portia. And I'm confused because he came to see you first and did your glam first, but yet you still got there much later than Portia. Portia still got there before you. And then also you came in with the same, is that the same makeup artist? Because are you saying he did your makeup, then he ran and did Portia's quick 15-minute face, and then he came back to meet back up with you to come to the event together? Make it make sense, Drew. Okay? So now, Kelly is saying how she don't appreciate how Drew came with all these people to her event. They sipped champagne and ate hors d'oeuvres, but didn't buy anything. So the ladies is gagging like, what? Nobody bought anything? She's like, no. So Drew was like, yes, I did. I bought a sweater for my son. So Kelly's like, I don't know about that. So Drew shows her some text message conversation she was having with a sales associate. And Kelly is giving, well, I see a conversation you having with a sales associate, but I don't see no sales receipt or no transaction record. And mind you, so she's showing Kelly the phone, the text messages. So as she's showing Kelly her phone and Kelly's holding the phone, she's saying, I see them. So Drew was asking her, do you see that's a group text? So she's like, I see Dennis is texting you because I guess Dennis was texting at the same time. So Drew was like, girl, as I said, it's a group text. So now they go to order their food. Angela orders Alfredo. Shamia orders oxtail. And Portia orders salmon with crab meat and rice. And they didn't show what the other girls ordered because I was interested. I was curious, but they didn't show it because I was definitely paying attention. So now Drew asks Kenya about her hair event, and Kenya lets everyone know she's having a grand opening or some event for Kenya More Hair Care and that everyone's invited. So Angela then asks Shamia Shamia, so share with the ladies what you have going on in your life. Tell us something. So then Shamia lets the girls know that she went to the studio the other day and did a track. And then she plays the song for the girls. She asks the girls, can she play it? And they like, yes. So she plays the song. So now, mind you, as she's playing the song, Portia's like, whose song is that? So the song is going. And as the song is playing, Portia keeps saying little stuff like, are you on it? Where's your part at? So everybody's looking like, what are you doing? Like, girl, you know this is Shamia. Why are you acting like you don't know your best friend voice? Everybody is singing it in a confessional like, what is Portia giving? So even after the song was over, Portia whose song is that? Like, basically, like, what? I was like, what? Portia, what is going on? Why are you acting like this? Why are you throwing shade at your best friend? And Drew in her confessional was like, now Portia knows that wasn't me. Portia knows Shamia, me and Shamia don't sound nothing alike. Like, and then Portia gonna say in her confessional, oh, she thought it was Drew's song because it sounded good. So basically what you're saying is Shamia don't make good music. It couldn't have been Shamia because it sounded too good. Girl, you is so shady to your best friend. Even Shamia was like, Portia, just stop already. Like, why are you sitting here? This girl is playing her song for y'all, and you really sitting there asking, whose song is this? Whose song is this? Where your part at? You on this? You sure? So shady. So now, Angela wants all the ladies to write down a question for another lady. So they write all the questions down and I guess put it in a box and they start putting out the questions. The first question is for Shamia, and it is, what did you do to thank Gerald for that Rolls Royce? And she gets up and she starts twerking. She starts showing how she giving her. She basically was letting us know, baby, I'll put it on him. And they're like, okay, I'm for all that. I'm like, yes. So now the next question is to Angela, and it's saying reveal a secret. And she's saying she's pretty much an open book. She don't really have secrets. So Portia is on the side saying she heard something about Charles. So Angela's like, what? What? And Portia's like, next question. So Angela's like, no, what you heard about Charles? And Portia basically just ignoring it, like she don't want to say it. So Angela in her confessional is like, Portia don't even want to talk about her own relationship. So why would she even want to try to talk about mine? Right. So now Angela says, sorry, so now the next question is for Kenya, and it's, well, the rest of the questions are for Kenya. The first one is, what color are your panties? So she gets up and shows the ladies her panties. The next question is, Kenya, why are you so worried about a happily married woman? And then Kenya goes, oh, it's a habit. And they're like, for real? And she's like, no, I'm just kidding. So the next question is, Kenya, can you speak to Brit kindly and without an attitude? Mind you, it's Brit reading the question. So Kenya is like, I do. I speak to everyone nicely. You know, I do. So Brit is like, this is not for everybody. What about me? And Kenya is like, I do. I don't know what you're talking about or whatever. And Brit is like, do you want me to read the question again? Should I read the question again? So then Kenya was like, look, I'm not going to do these play these kitty games. Like, peasants can't come for the queen. So everybody looking like... So Brit was like, what? What you call me, a peasant? So then Angela's like, we got an olive branch here. So then Brit is like, no, I didn't send for her. So then Kenya's getting up and she's like, oh, thank you for using my catchphrase. So now, after that was it. Brit was like, fuck out of here. What are you talking about, bitch? Fuck out of here. You want your moment? I am not the one. Don't play with me. So she's going off. Or whatever. So they all grabbing their little takeaway bags and they're leaving now. So as they're leaving, Kenya and Portia's walking together. So as they're walking by the ladies, she's saying to Drew, Drew, come here, let me talk to you. So Brit is like, no, we not finished. We still catching this moment. Or whatever. Because I remember when it was going back and forth, but she was like, you looking for a moment? And Kenya was like, I am the moment. I am a moment. Or whatever. So now, Kenya's trying to talk to Drew. And Brittany in the side, she's like, let me call my husband that cares about me. And basically, she's saying on the side how she still has her pistol. And I'm just like, girl, what is going on? Now you threatening her? All of this leading to you wanting a cat bitch? Like, girl, are you okay? Are you well? So now, they going outside. Brit is still going off outside. Kenya's going to gonna ride with Portia, I guess. So now they're trying to call. All the girls is saying like Brit is doing the most. She's doing too much. Everybody in their confessional was saying like, Brit, like, relax. It's not that serious. Like, you're doing too much. You need to calm down. So they get outside. And she's still going off. Her husband comes and she's like, yeah, this bitch gonna try me. This bitch don't know me. She was just going off, honey. It turned real hood. She was like, yes, I don't do this shit for the cameras, bitch. You gonna learn today. This ain't the cameras, bitch. This ain't TV. Like, she was just going off. Like, bitch, you gonna learn some respect today. You gonna learn today. I got whips. I got motherfucking pistols. I don't play with bitches. Like, basically just going off, making all types of threats. And I'm just like, Brittany, seriously, are you well? Like, what is going on? Seriously, because when we first heard, before the season started, we heard that y'all, we knew this was coming. We knew that Kenya got cut from the season because she put the picture of you up at her event, which is going to be next week, of you with somebody's thing in your mouth. So we already know, and I felt like Kenya got what she deserved. She should have been held accountable for that, and that was wrong. You don't do that. That's called slut shaming somebody. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like, that's like revenge porn, if you ask me. Putting my shit out there like that for everybody to see at your business event. Why would you use your business event to do this at? Like, that's a waste of your business event. But also what I'm saying is, based on what I'm seeing right now, the fact that y'all had that, Kenya made that one shady comment to you in the season premiere, you have never let go of that. And honestly, it's given when you came on the show, you knew Kenya was going to be on there, and you figured, I'm going to come for the queen. I honestly think that you came there with the intentions on having a problem with Kenya. That's what it's given, because it's just, you just went off the rails, honey. You became unhinged, and I was like, what is going on? Like, seriously? Even your husband was telling you you're doing too fucking much. He was like, you're doing too fucking much. You still going off. The girls done pulled off. You still out there going off. Girl, go home. Go home. Like, for real, Brittany, I'm not feeling you after this. It's looking like you kind of made the situation worse. Even though I'm saying Kenya shouldn't have did what she did, because it does look like next week you do apologize to her. But, girl, you're not an angel in this. I'm sorry. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought about the episode. As a matter of fact, it was funny because as they was pulling off, Kenya was singing, like, telling Portia, like, yeah, she talking about she got a gun and all this. And, yeah, she's a problem. She needs to go. She's singing that on a hot mic. So then they're like, oh, there's Charles Oakley. So she's like, I ain't going nowhere near Charles Oakley. I don't want no problems with Angela. And that was how the episode went off, showing her and Portia pulling off. But yeah, so that was the episode. Tell me how you guys felt about it. Leave your comments. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys on the next one. As you see, I'm trying to do better now. I actually got this one out before the next one came out, so that when the next one comes out, I can roll that out on time. Smooches.